Well, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. As we started a little earlier, I'm so looking forward to working with you, Senator Manchin, in your new role as chairman of this very important subcommittee. And I like the new name of the subcommittee on public lands, forests, and mining. It was nice to have Senator Baucus as well as Majority Leader Reid here with us today to testify in support of their bills. Most of the 20 bills we have on the agenda today have been considered by this committee in past sessions of Congress, including two that I'm sponsoring: the Grazing Improvement Act, S-258, and the Good Neighbor Forestry Act, S-327. It's hard to comprehend, Mr. Chairman, but the Good Neighbor Forestry Act, a bipartisan bill, has lingered in this committee now for 4.5 years. The first time I introduced the bill was July of 2008, and I'm hopeful that things will be different this Congress. I hope under Senator Wyden and Senator Murkowski's leadership we can work together to move this legislation through committee and see it enacted into the law. I want to point out the bipartisan support of this committee. Senators Udall, Lee, Johnson, Heller, and Flake have co-sponsored this legislation. The Good Neighbor Forestry Act allows the Forest Service and the Bureau of Land Management to enter into cooperative agreements with states to get work done on the ground across ownership boundaries. This cooperative authority isn't new. It has existed for nearly a decade in 2 states, in Colorado and in Utah. I am sure we will hear today from the administration's witnesses that it is an effective tool to address the management challenges that we face: reducing wildfire risk, removing invasive species, preventing insect and disease, improving watersheds, and conserving habitat. These challenges know no boundary lines and are best tackled through integrated partnerships that this bill would facilitate. Good Neighbor Authority is set to expire September 2013 in Utah and in Colorado. So it is time to prevent Good Neighbor Authority from expiring in Utah and Colorado and to extend it to other western states. Our western forests have they would benefit from having this tool in the toolbox, this common sense legislation, and will advance the all lands vision for our forests. The other bill I'd like to just mention briefly, Mr. Chairman, is the Grazing Improvement Act, S-258. This bill would provide needed regulatory certainty to ranching businesses operating on public lands. It also provides key tools to the federal agencies to more efficiently process the grazing permit renewal workload. The bill would codify the year-to-year appropriation rider language providing for automatic renewal of grazing permits. These are ones that have been enacted every fiscal year since 2004. Now, I should note, Mr. Chairman, that the agencies are asking Congress for this rider in the President's budget request for fiscal year 2014. The measure would also extend the term of a grazing permit from 10 to 20 years and provide continuity for family ranching operations in the rural communities and traditions they support. In addition, the bill provides the agencies with a categorical exclusion to satisfy NEPA requirements for the renewal, reissuance, or transfer of a grazing permit in certain rangeland health objectives are met. This categorical exclusion would reduce the current level of litigation that, according to Mr. Connell's testimony, quote, continues to pose significant workload and resource challenges for the BLM. These needed improvements to the grazing permit process are long overdue. I look forward to hearing the testimony of our witnesses on these bills and all of the bills on the agenda today. I hope the agencies will testify on these 2 active management bills with the same level of enthusiasm and support as the wilderness bills on the agenda. In conclusion, Mr. Chairman, I ask that 3 items be submitted for the record. One is the testimony of Robert Skinner, a Grazing Improvement Act support letter, and a Western Governors Association letter to Secretary Vilsack supporting the Good Neighbor policies. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.